Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to Practical Japanese. In this video we're talking about radicals, which are those things that connect a sentence together. And there's going to be a lot to talk about, so this might be a little long, and so I'll include the specific times when I talk about each radical in the description so you can jump to each of those sections because it might take a little while. Hopefully you've learned hiragana and katakana by now. Because we're not going to talk about that already, that ship has sailed and we're moving on. So anyway, let's get into it. Here's a sample sentence that I wrote, and the red characters are the radicals, which, like I said, string the sentence together. And although memorizing each of them, what they're for, and how to use them might take some time, once you master these, I promise you your Japanese abilities will just skyrocket, because pretty much once you memorize these, pretty much all that's left is mostly just vocabulary and kanji, which just come with time. So anyway, onto our first radical. So the first one here we have is wa, which is a subject marker. You could say like watashi wa Emi desu, or boku wa Joe desu, which is like I am Emi or I am Joe. And anyway, these are some other sample sentences that we can read. So I'll just read the Japanese and I'll give you the English equivalent. So first one is watashi wa shiawase desu, which is I am happy. And the next one is kore wa nan desu ka, which is what is this, or this is what, question. And the next one is kare wa omoshiroi desu, which is he is funny or he is interesting. And the next one is sore wa oishii desu, which is that is delicious. So you can see the subject in these sentences is I or this or he or that. Those are the subjects that we're talking about, so we use wa. Okay, moving on. Next one is ga. And this one's kind of tricky. It's kind of similar to wa, but not really. And it's also used for things that are kind of in nature or out of your control. Okay, so this is like an object marker. And so the first one we have, the first sample sentence we have is kanojo ga ikimasu, which is she goes. So she is the object which is going, so we say ga. The next one is ki ga takai desu, which is the tree is tall. And so the object that is tall is the tree, so we say ga. Okay? And the next one is nani ga kirai desu ka? And that is what do you not like? So what is the object, so we say ga, and then not like is describing that. And the last one is shukudai ga muzukashikatta desu, and that is the homework was difficult. So the object that was difficult is the homework, so we say ga. Okay, moving on. This one is o, which is a verb assigner to an object radical. Sorry, that was the best description I had for myself. So anyway, here are some examples. And the first one is shiken wo ukemasu, which is I receive a test or I take a test. Okay? And then the next one is tegami o kakimashita. So that one is I wrote a letter. So it's like letter wrote. Okay, so letter o wrote. And then the next one is nani o shimasu ka, which is what will you do? So nani is the object, and then o, and then shimasu is the verb, which is to do. So nani o shimasu ka? What do? Question. Okay, and the next one is それを食べたくないです. And that one is, I don't want to eat that. So it's that object, を食べたくないです, which is, I don't want to eat. Okay? Hopefully that makes sense. Moving on. The next one is と, which is and or with. Okay? So this first one is これとこれお願いします, which is this and this, please. Okay? And next one is 友達と遊びます, which is I hang out with my friend or with a friend. Okay? So 友達 is friend, and then と, which is with, and then 遊びます, which is the verb. Okay? And the next one is 息子と話しました. So this one is son with talked. So I talked with my son. And then the last one is ペンと紙が欲しいです, which is pen and paper I want. So I want pen and paper. Okay, moving on. This one is も, which means also or even. Okay, so this top one is お母さんも行きたいです. And this is mom also wants to go. So お母さん is mom, and then も, so mom also 行きたいです wants to go. Okay, and the next one is これも欲しいです is this also I want, or I want this also. And next one is 僕もやりたいです and that one is I also want to play. And the last one is それもできませんか, which is like you can't even do that also. That's kind of what it means. Like それ is that, and then も is also slash even, and then できませんか is you asking you can't do it. Okay, so それもできませんか is you can't do that either. Okay, so the next one is か, which means or. Okay, so pretty simple. It's just or, exact same way like English. So やるかやらないか, it's like will you do it or will you not do it? And the next one is ペンか鉛筆かどっちが欲しいですか? And that is pen or pencil or which do you want? So we kind of have to add, well, you don't necessarily have to add that second ka, but you can just say ペンか鉛筆どっちが欲しいですか? So anyway, the next one is とか or や, which means among other things. And this might be a little tricky for you to conceptualize at first, but again, don't worry about it. It's just something we use. So this is a question answer example that I thought of. And so it says 趣味がありますか? Which is, do you have any hobbies? And the answer to that is, like if someone's like, あります。テニスとか勉強とか. So they said, oh yes, I have hobbies, and I like tennis or studying slash among other things. Okay, so you'll hear this a lot later, but that's just my example for now. Don't think too much about it just yet. Okay, so moving on. This one is の, which is a possessive marker. So going on to the examples, it says それは誰の携帯ですか? So 誰の携帯 is whose phone. Okay, so the の like the phone belongs to who. Okay, so that whose phone is it? Okay, and the next one will say あ、僕の携帯です. So that is me no phone. So the phone belongs to me. So that is my phone. That's what it means. And then the last one is お母さんの料理が大好きです. And that is I love my mom's cooking. Okay, so the ryori, the cooking, belongs to お母さん, which is the mom. Okay? So, yeah, the second noun is possessive, or the second noun belongs to the first noun. That's how you can think about it. Okay, moving on. So next one is え, which is a general direction. This one's pretty straightforward. And so we can say どこへ行きますか? どこへ行きますか? Which is where are you going? Where, general direction, going, question. And then the next one is 日本へ帰ります. So that is Japan, direction, return. So I'm going back to Japan is what it means. Okay, moving on. This one is で, which is a general place or by means of. Okay, so the first sentence is 学校で勉強します. So school at I study. So I study at school. Okay, and then the next one is 家で話します, which is house at I talk, or I talk at home. Okay, so the next sentence is by means of. So the first of the two says ペンで書きます, which is I write by means of pen. So I use a pen to write. And then the next one is 携帯で連絡します, which is I contact by phone. Okay, so by means of the phone, I contact somebody or whatever. Okay, moving on. Now this one, ni, is very tricky, but it's also very versatile because we use it the most out of all of these radicals, in my opinion. And I'm sure there's more uses than just this that I wrote here, but this will give you a good start just to basically understand how it's used. And this one, again, you'll kind of just have to learn it over time because I'm sure there's more ways to use it than just this. But anyway, going on to the examples. So in the top left, it says ホテルに泊まります, which is a specific place. So the specific place is the hoteru, which is the hotel, and then 泊まります is to sleep over. So I sleep over at the hotel, which is specific. Okay? And then specific place, so 学校に行きます is I'm going to school. And school is a specific place that I'm going to, so I say に. Okay? Then moving on to the right side of that, a specific time is 何時に起きますか? Which is what time will you wake up? So what time is 何時に, and then に is specific time. 起きますか is wake up question. And then 6時半に起きます. And that is at exactly 6:30 I will wake up. Okay, so it's a specific time, so you say に. And then going to the one on the bottom left, to a something specific. The example sentences I wrote here is 健康にいいです, which is it's good for your health. So 健康 is health, and then に is specific to that thing, and then いいです is good. Okay, and the next one below that is お父さんと一緒にやります, and that is I do it specifically together with my dad. Okay, and the next one below that is そのためにやりたいです, which is for that purpose I want to do it. So そのため is like for that reason or for that purpose. にやりたいです. Okay, it's kind of hard to conceptualize this bottom left corner one, but don't worry, you'll get it eventually. Okay, and then the bottom right side we have 先生にメールを送ります which is teacher specific person. メール with mail を send. So I send mail to my teacher specifically. So we use に. And then the next one below that is 友達に電話します which is I call my friend, which is a specific person. Okay, so although there's probably more usages for this ni radical, you can see that the pattern is specific. So if it's something specific, the chances are you might use ni. Okay? So here we have an example of a sentence, and in the red I highlighted all of the radicals, and this is just to show the power of radicals and I guess the simplicity of Japanese and why it's so important to know these radicals, because the radicals say what happens to each of the words that it follows. And as long as you get those correctly, the order of the sentence doesn't really matter too much. Just generally speaking, times are generally towards the front of the sentence, and verbs are towards the end of the sentence. In fact, I think verbs are always last, unless you're connecting two sentences together. But verbs are always last, generally speaking. And anything else in between that, as long as the radicals are correct, you can switch it around however you want. So in this sentence, I used the exact same words, but I flipped them around, and as long as I kept the radicals attached to the words, it still makes sense. So anyway, it's like the top one says, 私は12時に友達と一緒に学校で昼ご飯を食べます which is I, at 12, with my friend, specifically, at school, I eat lunch. And then below that is 12時に私は学校で友達と一緒に昼ご飯を食べます which is the same thing. It's like at 12, I, at school, with my friend, ate lunch. So it all still, like, the same information comes across. It's just in a different order, and it doesn't sound too funny to me anyway. But that's just to show the power of these radicals. Okay, so anyway, bonus real quick. These help you connect sentences together, and so if you want to say a sentence and then say another sentence, you can put this in the front of the second sentence and it'll sound a little more natural. So here we have それから, which is and then we have demo, which is but, and the next one is だから, which is therefore, and the one on the bottom is そして, which is also or and also. Okay, so here is just a example of how to use them. And so it says 私は友達と晩ご飯を食べました。それから帰りました。So this says I, with my friend, ate dinner and then I went home. So that's just an example of how to use those sentence connectors. Alright guys, so that's all I have for this video. Hopefully it was helpful. If you have any questions or if there's anything you'd like me to talk about, please just let me know in the comments below. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. じゃあ、またね!